our least common denominator will be the product y times y minus 1. So we look at the old denominator, we look at the new denominator. This one got multiplied by y down below, so y up above, and that gives you 6y. And the second expression down below got multiplied by y minus 1. So same thing up above, we're going to multiply by y minus 1. And that's going to give us, well, you can either write it as plus 9 times y minus 1, or you can distribute it. If you leave it in this form, do not cancel those y minus 1s. That's not free to be canceled upstairs because of the plus sign in the middle. You can only cancel things that are factored. And you may say, well, the 9 is factored out, and it is a factor, but it's not a factor of the whole numerator. It's only a factor of part of the numerator, and that's what messes this up. So my numerator is 6y plus 9y minus 9 over the y times y minus 1. I can rewrite that as 15y minus 9 over y times y minus 1, and stop there. If you notice, it won't go any further. Or you could factor a 3 out, but factoring the 3 out is only going to do one thing, and that is write it with parentheses. It won't help you reduce your answer at all. So it's really your choice on which of these last two you want to write as your answer. Okay, this next problem is kind of interesting. We notice that the denominators are not the same, but if you rewrite the second one as n minus 8, using that trick we saw a couple problems back, you can say, I've changed the sign of that denominator, so I have to change the sign in the middle of the problem to counteract. Now we can rewrite this over n minus 8, combine like terms up in the numerator to give us 6n minus 1, and that won't factor, so that baby is done. Number 13. I notice the first denominator factors with the difference of two squares into a plus b times a minus b. The second one I can factor an a out, leaving a plus b. And so with that information, we're able to go to a common denominator, which will need to have an a out front, an a plus b, and an a minus b parentheses. And then we're going to be able to convert these fractions over to the new denominator. This first fraction down below, the only thing that's new is a. So up above, all I'm going to do is multiply by a, and so that 6a is going to become 6a squared. And in the second expression, we notice that the a minus b is new down below, so we're going to multiply by an a minus b up above. So plus 2a times a minus b, and again, don't cancel those a minus b's because the one in the numerator is not a factor of the whole numerator. Okay, I'm going to leave my denominator factored. I'm never going to distribute that out because I need it factored to see if I can do cancellation later on. So up above we've got some distribution. We're going to leave the 6a squared as it is. 2a times a makes 2a squared. 2a times negative b makes minus 2ab. I think we can all see that we've got like terms up in the numerator. So I can go 6a squared plus 2a squared makes 8a squared minus 2ab over the a times a plus b times a minus b. Now up above I can factor out a 2a times 4a minus b, and let's see what we've got. We've got something that will cancel. The a's will cancel. I know it's not a lot, but it's something, and we're always responsible for reducing our answer whenever possible. So we're going to have 2 times 4a minus b in parentheses over the a plus b times a minus b is the answer. You got to take this carefully, step by step, so that you don't make any careless mistakes.